city the world is talking about, in one of the smallest countries, but in the richest. People here in Doha enjoy the highest per capita income worldwide, with more than 129,000 US dollar, which is almost 3 times as high as in France. This is how a desert looks like nowadays here in Qatar. Those water pipelines you will see in many places. Artificial flower fields shape the cityscape. Doha is known for futuristic skyline and modern architecture inspired by Islamic design, such as the Limestone Museum of Islamic art. The population is about 3 million people. Locals here make about 10% of the population, while the remaining 90 are foreign workers, mostly from India and Bangladesh, Pakistan and Nepal. Where are you from, guys?
Pakistan.
It's from Pakistan. Ah, nice. You may ask how they feel here. Well, I think the best way is to ask them directly. Are you happy here in Qatar?
Yes, I love Qatar. Qatar is a good country.
What do you like about Qatar?
I think Qatar is good.
But what do you like in particular?
For working, Qatar working system is good.
How is it about making friends?
With friends.
Yeah, like finding friends, right? Like
No friends.
No friends?
No friends. My friends are from country. They are only working and sleeping.
Working and sleep. So what do you do beside work when you have leisure time, free time?
No, only this. Only Uber.
Okay, let's point out now some cultural aspects. Being in Qatar, you should definitely dress modestly when in public. Women must cover the shoulders and avoid wearing short skirts. Both men and women are advised not to wear shorts or sleeveless tops when being in government buildings or at malls. Living together whilst unmarried is prohibited in Qatar. And sex outside of marriage, regardless of whether this is the same-sex couples or opposite-sex couples, is illegal. But drone flying is okay, huh? Drone flying is okay? No problem?
No problem.
Okay.
Third, leaving garbage outside the designated containers. Penalty of 10,000 Qatari riyal.
Just a short reminder about the penalties here in Qatar. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Is it overregulated here? You should respect local traditions, customs, laws and religions at all times. And be aware of your actions to ensure that they do not offend, especially during the holy months of Ramadan. Muslims here pray 5 times a day, starting very early. This is how it sounds recorded at 4:50 after falling out from bed. When it comes to partying and clubbing, drinking alcohol is not illegal in Qatar. But these rules severely limit its overall consumption. The legal drinking age in Qatar is 21. And proof of photo ID is required at the hotels or bars where alcohol consumption is permitted. What is the recent history of Qatar? When Qatar got its independence from the UK in 1971, this place was a very far away, hostile and very poor place. And this makes sense, as it's covered nearly completely by desert, with more than 50 degrees in summers. It was certainly one of the most inhabited places on earth. The people survived by fishing and pearl diving. It goes back 7,000 years and it's one of the oldest professions here in Qatar. Today, you even can find this big pearl statue at the Corniche in Qatar. But today, Qatar is the richest country on the planet. The government of Qatar has investments in properties all around the world, such as the famous shopping mall Harrods in London. They are one of the largest shareholders in companies like Volkswagen, Shell, Tiffany & Co. or Barclays Bank. Back in 2012, they bought the football club Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern Munich earns 20 million from the Qatar Airways deal. It is the birthplace of Al Jazeera, the most important Arabic media company. The CNN of the Arab world, you can say. You may ask now, how does Qatar achieve this remarkable transformation? It can be summarized by 2 factors: oil and, importantly, gas. I mean, massive amounts of gas. The first oil fields, they were found in 1939, but things didn't change dramatically back then. Until Shell found the biggest treasure of this country, which is the North Field. We are talking here about the largest gas field in the world. Another questions coming up could be how such a small country can defend themselves. Well, when in 2003 Saudi Arabia requested to take the US troops out of the country, Qatar didn't hesitate to offer a destination for their troops. They spent $1 billion for the military bases that were needed. In addition, Qatar has developed good relationships with Turkey, a military power. Nowadays, Qatar is observed as one of the safest tourism destinations in the world and is host to one of the world's biggest and the most prestigious sport events. The FIFA World Cup generates record incomes in television rights. The final is watched by more than 1 billion people. For this mega event, they reportedly spent approximately 229 billion on World Cup infrastructure. In comparison, at the last World Cup, Russia spent 14.2 billion. Can you imagine that? They built up 7 new stadiums from scratch. Also, 9 years after securing the World Cup rights, Qatar Rail opened the door to the Doha Metro, a 3-line tube system spanning 37 stations across the capital. My personal opinion, well, what can I say after spending 3 weeks here in Doha during the World Cup? Well, to be honest, talking about the World Cup, I'm a little bit disappointed. Why? Because I think everything is really nicely set up, so you can see everywhere in the city they really invested a lot of money, but the people, they are missing. Everything is feels super empty, and I really ask myself how it feels apart from the World Cup. I mean, of course, the souk when you're around in the marketplace, this is kind of full and crowded, so it's a really good vibe. But yeah, and on the stadium as well, like before the game started. But everywhere around, I don't know, I don't really see people, and yeah, the vibe of life is missing. When it comes to the people, mostly you're in touch with foreign people, which are the workers here, and I need to say super friendly and polite. Everyone is greeting you, giving you a smile. This is very, very nice. When it comes to the Qataris, to the local ones, yeah, they don't really recognize you, so you are not really in touch with them, so I can't really say something, but I think it's alright. When it comes to the climate, I really like it right now here. I spent also 2 months in Dubai during this period, winter period, and it's really nice. No mosquitoes, the air is very dry, and it feels like a good summer evening in Germany. One important point for me, what I really do not like and I cannot handle that much is, I think it's very over-regulated here. So it seems like the people need it here, what is good for them, because everything is really safe and clean, and this I really, really like in comparison to other countries. But yeah, I like kind of breaking the rules sometimes. You know, it's all about common sense, if your values are right. So I think we humans know how to behave, and I don't need to be guided by everyone in every single step I do in my life. Yeah, this is my opinion, my personal one after being here, and I think this is the most important point. Don't be affected too much by the opinion of others or by the opinion from media, what you hear, and then you just go crazy in your mind. Please go into the country, talk to the people, make your own experiences. I think this is the best and the healthiest way for us. So if you come here, enjoy your time. Okay, I'm out now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you could learn something, and if you have any questions, please place it into the comments, and let's stay in touch until the next video. Bye bye.